What's up, guys? This is Chris from draftdashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Wednesday, March 25th. These picks apply for the FanDuel simulated slates. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the draft dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, real quick for those who don't know how these simulated slates work on FanDuel, everything works the same. You build a full lineup using the players available in the slate. The only difference is the fantasy points each player scores is a fantasy score from any game that player has played so far this year. Only players with at least 15 games played are in the player pool. Pretty simple. They just take a score at random from previous games that player has played, and that's it. So knowing how that works, we've added some tools to Draft Dashboard so you can see all the possible outcomes of scores from each player, and we show the percent chance that the player has to score in each point range. So pretty handy. You can hover over the Sim Scores button and see right here exactly what scores this player can get for this contest. It will be one of these at random, and then you can see what percent chance they have to score in these point ranges. Okay, let's get into these picks. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Chris Paul, projected at 36.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's 7,100 FanDuel salary. And let's take a look at his sim scores. He has only a 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 20% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He has a 61% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and he has a 17% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So he's got some nice upside with a low floor. So I like Chris Paul here at 7,100 FanDuel salary. Okay, here's a value play that I like. I like Tobias Harris, projected at 24.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's 4,800 FanDuel salary. And let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 17% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 54% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He has a 26% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. And he has a 3% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So that's a 29% chance to score between 30 and 60 fantasy points. I like those odds, so I like Tobias Harris here at 4,800 FanDuel salary. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I'm going to give you a value play here. I like Jordan Clarkson, projected at 22.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's 4,400 FanDuel salary. And let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 29% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 52% chance to score between 15 and 30 fantasy points. So that's his value zone right there. And then he has a 19% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. So you're looking at about a 71+% chance for this guy to come near value or crush his value. So I like Jordan Clarkson here at 4,400 FanDuel salary. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, one of the top end players that I like at shooting guard here tonight is Lavine, projected at 40 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 7,900 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has only a 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has an 18% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He has a 45% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. He has a 32% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And he has a 3% chance to score 60 plus fantasy points. So he has a 35% chance to score 45 fantasy points or more and get you over 5 times value. So I like Zach Lavine at $7,900 FanDuel salary. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I'm going to give you a value play here. I like Cedi Osman, projected at 20.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's 4,000 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 29% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 62% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. And he has a 9% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. So you're looking at a 71% chance for this guy to get you value. He's got a lot of games that are in the upper 20s, which is going to be about 6 times value. So I like Cedi Osman here at only 4,000 FanDuel salary. Okay, the other small forward that I like here is Tobias Harris, projected at 34.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. He's 6,900 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has only a 5% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 31% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He has a 51% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. That's your value zone. 51% chance to get you 5 times value or more. And then he has a 14% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So a 65% chance to score 5 times value or more. So I like Tobias Harris here at 6,900 FanDuel salary. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. So look guys, I know there's not a lot of sports playing right now, but we are posting a daily cheat sheet for esports for the League of Legends contests, and we just added these new DFS tools for the NBA simulated slates. We're going to be updating our tools to help you pick the best players for these sim sports, and I think these tools are going to give you a big advantage. There's no human element here. This is a stats game. This is a math problem. This is where our tools can really help you identify the numbers, the percent chance these players are going to score within these point ranges, so you know what you're getting into with each pick. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like Kristaps Porzingis, projected at 39.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 7,900 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has only a 4% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 25% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He has a 37% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. He has a 27% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And he has a 6% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So this guy's got tons of upside. So I like Kristaps Porzingis here at 7,900 FanDuel salary. And another player that I like here at power forward is Kevin Love, projected at 34.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 6,800 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 9% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 23% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. And then he has a 48% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. And then he has a 20% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So you're looking at a 68% chance to get you value and a 20% chance for him to crush his value. So I like Kevin Love here at 6,800 FanDuel salary. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Clint Capella, projected at 38.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 7,600 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has only a 3% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 26% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He has a 49% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. He has a 21% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And then he has a 3% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like Clint Capella at 7,600 FanDuel salary. Okay, one of the studs that I like here at center is Drummond, projected at 47 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.7 times value. He's 10,000 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. Only a 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 9% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 35% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 39% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. That's your value zone right there. And then he has a 16% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So you're looking at a 55% chance to get you around 5 times value or more. And I like that 16% chance to score 60 plus. So I like Drummond here at 10,000 FanDuel salary. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. This is a quick reminder, you should be reading the comments of this video. We have some savvy basketball fans who watch these videos and they often give great plays and call me out when my picks are wrong. Wisdom of the crowd is a great way to get a feel for what players the field likes in today's NBA slate. We also have a DFS tool that shows you what players our members like for today's slate. So you can come on in and check that out.